So let me set this up. There were two women working together at a Brian Weiss past life regression conference that I went to. I was training in the Omega Institute in Rhinebeck, New York, and the instructions from Brian Weiss, if you don't know who he is, Many Lives, Many Masters, so many amazing books. I'll put up a little tag here in my cards for Brian Weiss and his books. His instructions were to, switch over, like give a watch or a ring, give some piece of thing that you had to the other person, and then play intuitively. Just see what you get, hold the item and let you know. And then he would give 3 to 5 minutes, and then he would ask you to switch, and you would do it for each other. So everyone was often little couples doing this. So these two women were working together, and so here's what happened. The first woman she takes the watch, and evidently it was the watch of, this woman, and she sees this beautiful scene of, the curtain window in the kitchen, and she looks out the kitchen and she's describing this memory bench that got placed with the flowers, describing the flowers that were in the garden. She can see the curtains and the paisley print and the wallpaper. I mean, the woman gave so much detail holding this woman's watch, okay? And went on to tell her all this when they came out of their session. Of course, the woman, when she told her all the detail, was just crying. She had lost her son. They had planted a bench with the garden, and she described the curtains, and that's my kitchen. I stand there often looking out that window and thinking of him. It was just this beautiful thing. So now it was time for them to do the other side, right? So when it was the other woman's turn, she had a ring, to do the same thing, she closed her eyes, and of course, what does she see? The 3 little pigs. She thought to herself, oh, don't do this. This is the way she told the story. Oh, come on, this woman just did this amazing thing for me, and you're showing me 3 little pigs. She got in her head, her ego, and went back in and tried to look, and sure enough, again, I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. She kept seeing, straw, brick, everything to do, animated. Not just the 3 little pigs, but animation. So she came back, and of course, there they are having this exchange together, and the woman goes, well, what'd you get? And she says, oh, I don't want to tell you. And after everything you did for me, I can't even tell you. And the woman says, no, come on, Brian just told us to give whatever you got. And she says, well, all I saw was the 3 little pigs. And I'm embarrassed to tell you, but that's all that showed up. And every time I tried to push it away, it just kept coming back stronger. And worse than that, I saw it in complete animation. So the woman's mouth is down. So here's what she didn't know. Her father had cancer, and her father lived with her, and they went through hospice in her property and the whole bit. And every day his one joy was to wheel his wheelchair out to the garden, because she worked in her garden all day. And right out by the garden was 3 little statues, and guess what? You guessed it, of the 3 little pigs. And that's where he spent the last couple months of his life, was watching her work in the garden. And how else, right? So that's how I'm going to end my beautiful story today, and my 10 tips and 2 stories. This is Jeannie Lynch. I've so enjoyed bringing this work to you. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. If I'm missing something that you would like to add to my ethic list, if you've had a good reading, a bad reading, I think all that conversation we can all learn from. Do you agree? Have a nice day. Thanks again for watching. Namaste.